What's going on, guys? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you a brand new video, and this is the first time that I have the Hyper Venom. Sorry. Another stupid reason for this name drives me crazy. Phantom Venom. First time I have the Phantom Venom. Let's review them, unbox them, and show you what it's all about. Before we get started, I need to give a quick shout out to Ztylus Sports for sponsoring this video. They're the ones that hooked me up with these boots right here, so if you guys are interested in a pair, well then be sure to hit the link. Here you can check out the boots, you can check out all the latest stuff. Thanks to Ztylus Sports. Let's get into the video. What's up, guys? Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports, bringing back another unboxing and review for you guys. This is the Phantom Venom, not the Phantom Vision. It's completely different, the Phantom Venom. First time I have them, replacement for the previous Hyper Venom Phantom 3 that I really liked. And now we have this all new boot. So let's show you what's inside the box and review the Phantom Venom. So, first thing, flip the box open. I've already obviously taken a look at the shoes, that's why there's no paper. So you have this Phantom Venom graphic, kind of like the Target there. That kind of reminds me of the old T90 graphic. You have the sort of navy and black, you know, that you get on the boots, and then this sort of crimson orange. Hyper Venom Phantom, not the Hyper Venom Phantom, Jesus. Phantom Venom. See, I've ranted before about this, and this is why. Why do you need a Phantom Vision and a Phantom Venom? I don't know, I like the Hyper Venom name. Keep that name and give the Phantom Vision, they could have just called it Magista 3 for what, anyways, that's my rant. My rant's done. They decided to call it Phantom Venom and the Phantom Vision. So here we have the Phantom Venom, again, replacement for the previous Hyper Venom. And this time, it's kind of become a hybrid of the two. It's almost as if they've taken the old T90, they've taken the Hyper Venom 3, and then they've sort of smashed them together to come up with the boot right here, the Phantom Venom, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. We have a flyknit upper material that's heavily sort of textured and reinforced over here in the forefoot. We have this integrated lacing system. This is all flyknit, and you have that sort of half lace cover right here. This is all sort of synthetic in the back, and then you have this, they call it a precision power element right here. So it's not overly grippy, but it's just these raised ribs or fins that have different textures, and it just kind of reminds me of the old T90. It's the first time Nike have ever really done something like this since the previous T90. So that is quite cool, actually. You can see that right there. So that is that power element, and then again, you can just keep going around the boot. The rest of the boot is fairly similar to the previous Hyper Venom. Of course, they have the Nike grip insole. You can kind of see that in there. There we go. Integrated heel counter right here, internal. And then you have this new sole plate on the bottom. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they call this anymore because they've come up with so many names. They call it the Hyper Reactive. That's it. Hyper Reactive sole plate. Now, it just sort of flexes in different patterns. You can see this sort of pattern that they have there is supposed to allow for better flex in different parts of the the sole plate. Stiffener bar that runs through the middle, and then they've taken the same bladed studs that we've seen, or these arrow-shaped studs that we saw on the Mercurial, and now they've slapped them onto the Phantom Venom. And now, in my opinion, I would much prefer these to be conical. If you are interested in a conical design, you could probably see if these are in AG. At the moment, I'm not actually sure, but I believe you could get an AG model, and that way the studs will be conical. I would personally do that. I'm not a big fan of these arrows. They just don't allow for the boot to pivot very much. So that is pretty much that. So overall, I mean, I like the sole plate. I don't have any problem with that. I would prefer, personally, an external heel counter, but in terms of looks, I think that looks pretty good. And, I mean, we have to just sort of test them out a little bit more. We need to see how they fit and feel a little bit more before we can go on and describe the overall performance of this boot right here. I think it's going to be responsive. You have these sort of fly wire cables into the upper. You can kind of make them out right here. I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up, but you can kind of see that they do have these fly wire cables on the outside, really to lock in that responsiveness. That is sort of brought over from the Hyper Venom as well. So I think that this new Phantom Venom is a really good all-around boot. Agility, responsiveness, modern fit, all that comes from the Hyper Venom. Let's just see how the boot feels on feet, and we'll talk about sizing before we go into more detail. Okay, guys, so there's a quick look at the Hyper Venom. Oh my god. The Phantom Venom. Sorry, the Phantom Venom. This stupid name drives me crazy every single time I start up talking about it. Anyways, Phantom Venom. My first impression is very good. The overall fit reminds me of the previous Hyper Venom 3. I like that fit. It was very For the most part, it was comfortable, it was responsive, it was everything you'd kind of want. Personally, I think that they could work on the opening, I suppose. Just the way the sort of heel wraps around a little bit, just under the outside of my ankle bone and then around my heel. I think it'll just take some time to soften up. It's a real sort of harsh cutoff, I'm gonna call it. I kind of like the offset lacing system. I think that's pretty cool. The rubber elements are cool, there's nothing wrong with that. And then as far as sizing goes, I honestly believe I could go up half a size. If you had a Hyper Venom, you could probably go for the same size that you had in your Hyper Venom. But honestly, in this one, they almost feel like they would be a little bit tight. I don't think they run same size in length. So if you can try them on, try them on. True to size if you like a super tight fit. But if you like just enough room to sort of brush your toes up against the front of the boot and just a little bit of wiggle room, I would suggest going up half a size. So I hope that's clear enough. But honestly, my first impressions are quite good. I think it's a good boot overall. Width-wise, it's medium, so it's not going to be wide, but it won't be narrow either. It's definitely way better than something like their Mercurial. But in many ways, this is like a Hyper Venom 4, just with this added striking element, if you will, that we used to see on the T90. So I do like the boot overall. I'm a fan of it. Again, conical studs in my opinion, but overall, I think it's a very solid release from Nike. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. It always helps me out. Again, subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of great content coming. And other than that, guys, I'm out for today. Mike McIntyre, all things sports. I'm signing off for now. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until then, take care. Peace.